Hello everyone and welcome. In today's video we are going to be installing ReactOS on a computer that is way too good for it. This is it. Oop, and I lost one of the screws. Okay, sorry. Nice little shroud there for the fan. Now, about this system, I got a couple of gaming computers, that were kind of busted. Both of them had busted motherboards, I believe. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put you a light over here so we can see the inside of this thing together. Because I had to buy a cooler and some RAM for this build because I wanted it to look nice. I originally wanted to install ReactOS on this computer, but it doesn't support my graphics card, and that's the only really graphics card I have. So, now what? It has an SSD in it, as you can see. You either mount your SSDs, or you don't mount them at all. But of course, it gets sketchier than that. Take a look inside. Turn on the flashlight. Look behind that wire there. What do you see? The connector that's unplugged. This is a 20-pin power, and I can't change out the power supply because it will come in contact with this fan. But wait, it gets better. Let me lower you down a little bit. Only 4-pin CPU power. This is a Core i7-870 and a 400-watt power supply. That, I promise, isn't a fire hazard. Just don't look there. It looks like a decent machine. It's the best looking machine I have that isn't a pre-built. Because, well, you've all seen the old Office PC that I used for the, old Office PC series. This is the best I have to work with. And I've tried ReactOS. The only thing I can really get on here is Windows Vista. And, Windows Vista isn't that interesting. I mean, yeah, it would make one heck of an ultimate Vista machine. But it's not really that interesting. At least to me. Of course, I could install Windows XP on it, but that also isn't that interesting to me. I could install Windows 7, but I already have a machine that runs Windows 7 right over there. I could. And as I said before, I can't install Linux on it because it doesn't support the graphic card. So, what are we going to do? It does have PCIe slots, so we could potentially install something way older on this computer, like, I don't know, Windows 2000, but that doesn't matter because I've already tried to make a 2000 machine. I can't get Legacy Update to work on it. If only there was an OS similar to Windows, but not. Well, ReactOS. What is it? Think of it as Windows ME, held together by duct tape from a $1.25 store, zip ties off of Wish.com, and your uncle that could do it cheaper. Yeah, that's basically what ReactOS is. Now, obviously, 8 gigabytes of RAM, a Core i7-870, 4 cores, 2.93 gigahertz, and a graphics card from 2008. Or at least I think it's from 2008. Probably 2005, to be honest. It's way nicer of a machine than ReactOS deserves. But there is a reason I have hope. I can't really get the camera in the way, but what are those? That's actually... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make that meme. USB ports. Yeah, these are USB ports. That's what those are. No, these are PS2 ports, which is what you need to install ReactOS. It doesn't support USB, at least on the installer. So, this is a Core i7. That was the problem with Durago 1's motherboard with his Core i7, is that he didn't have PS2 ports. This thing does, but it only runs in single channel RAM. And as you can see, it's kind of low on power, but it doesn't matter because we're running ReactOS. Could ReactOS be the home for this computer I am trying so desperately to find an OS for? But before I forget, it's not going to install unless I move SATA port. Now it should install, because I put it on the blue one. See? I moved it over from there to there. Wow, fascinating. And here's the PCIe slots. So, if for some reason this graphics card doesn't work, boom! I have graphics card right here. If for some reason it's not happy with my Ethernet controller on the motherboard, boom! I have Ethernet controller right here. And if for some reason it isn't happy with this amount of RAM, I have plenty of DDR3 RAM I can just stuff into the system and make it work. But this system should be way overkill for ReactOS, considering the SSD, the Core i7 with 4 cores, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it has PS2, and hopefully we can install a graphics card. There's no reason this shouldn't work, because I even have IDE. How do I know that? Look at that. This is an IDE hard drive. Optical drive. So if all else fails, I can take this SSD out and cram a IDE hard drive in there. That's the plan. Can I actually get a ReactOS computer actually working? I don't hold out much hope, because every project I've tried from this point forward has been failing. Could ReactOS be it? The project I've always wanted to have? A computer like this? Running an OS like this? I mean, look at it. Looks like they're made for each other, isn't it? ReactOS is kind of a mess to use. This computer is a kind of a mess if you look at it for too long. So here we go. I have the computer all set up. I have a PS2 keyboard. I'm going to unplug the speaker, because I just know this ain't going to work. Turn it off.
Powering off.
I don't expect to have sound or real graphics drivers at the end of this. But let's go ahead and pop ReactOS into the drive. And we have the CD-ROM selected. We're running off the SATA CD-ROM. For sake of time, I'm just going to say, don't try to run it on the IDE drive. We're going to boot from the ReactOS medium, or ReactOS medium. Step over the camera. And this is going to take a little while. So, the goal is, if it installs, what software can we run? It's designed to be, install it on the computer, run Windows software. Basically it. Now, I don't expect a lot of large games to work. Ooh, We're going to see if we can take it online, and we're going to try to download some Blackjack. I'd like to see if I could play Blackjack on this computer. Can we download and install a game? I don't know, because I do have this for the PCI port if I need it. So, let's go ahead and enter. That it is not feature complete and is under heavy development for only evaluation and testing purposes. Well, yeah, you can see I kind of cheated. Bugger it. Oh well, I'm going to be honest here. I've already done this, but I've destroyed my installation, and I didn't like how the previous bit was going. So, I'm going to escape Do Not Upgrade. Enter. And we are going to delete the partition. And format the partition as FAT. Or should we do Btrfs? We'll do FAT. Okay. And this did not take too long. So yeah, that's the goal. We're going to install ReactOS and see what software we can run on it. Because it seemed to run okay. I mean, for what it is, it runs great. but for what it's running on, it runs terribly. Honestly. But you know, it's not designed for day-to-day use. Install bootloader. But we're going to see what happens if we try to. Obviously, I'm not going to use this as my main system. That's just not possible. I'm not going to use it to edit this video. I already have a computer for that over there. Which is why, looking through, I wasn't happy, so I decided to pick up from the first clip and just keep moving forward. Loading freeloader. But from what I've experimented with so far, I'm really impressed. Okay. I guess what I will probably end up doing later, maybe try dual booting ReactOS with some other OS, like Windows Vista, so we can get the full performance out of this machine using Windows Vista, and then ReactOS when we need to play around with something early Windows 2000 related. Alright, yeah. Windows 2000, very early Windows XP is really the software you want to run on this. So, this is going to not take long at all. ReactOS server. I wonder... I recognize private... My pictures. I'm going to try Workstation this time. React machine. Nah, we're just going to do TTC and ReactOS machine. Classic, of course. This is how fast it is. This is installing to an SSD. And there's a CD in your drive. Remove it. No, I'm not going to because it doesn't boot to it anyway. I have to make it boot from the CD. So there's no need to remove it. Maybe we should try... No, that's right. Graphics card doesn't work with that. I was going to see if we could dual boot Ubuntu 14.04 with ReactOS, but Windows Vista is really our only option besides XP, and I just don't care for XP all that much compared to Vista nowadays. Okay, so cancel. System device. Is it going to finish? USB controller. Is it going to? No, it's not. Oh, that was Ethernet controller. I needed that. Oh well. It's not going to. Installation failed. Yeah, it's not going to install anything. So, here we are. ReactOS. We're not going to have any sound. Right now we don't have any Ethernet. Read me. No. So, I have drivers right here. We are going to plug it in. It should be on my computer. There we go. That was actually a lot faster than I expected. As you can see, I've been playing around with drivers trying to get stuff to work. As you can see, Ethernet drivers actually install very easily. And now we have Ethernet. But of course, I don't think we have an Internet Explorer on here. We have games. Wine Mine? Yeah. Okay. So, of course, you can't move applications around, even if I remove auto arrange and line to grid. It doesn't really matter. So now, I guess I should leave it in the lower resolution for you all. But now, let's go ahead and reboot. Why do we need to reboot? Because you need to after every time you install something. If you don't, it gets very unhappy. You can't just install something, keep going, install something else. You have to restart. You have to restart it quite often, which is what I would like to see after we get everything installed. You know, you open up stuff. You basically use it as if it were a normal computer. Will it work its kinks out over time, or will it get much, much worse over time? That's what I would like to see. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and yank the USB flash drive out, because we don't need this anymore. And besides, I kind of hate it. So I have all my software installed on a drive. Let me go ahead and boot up from that. And we are going to install stuff like Netscape Navigator, Firefox 52, Office software like OpenOffice 2.0 or 2.2.0, CPU-Z. All of the old software I know works with stuff. System device. No. Do not show this dialog anymore. Ah, I remember this part. It tries, but it can't. Okay. Do recycle bin, yes. Okay, so now let's go ahead, connect up my hard drive with stuffs on it, and see if we can install a web browser. So, here we go. I have offloaded all of the software I want to install on a folder on the desktop, and I shut down the machine. Just, you know, it doesn't like to run for a very long time. I don't want to destroy this install this time. Come on. Thank you. Here we are. This is just a cool project, honestly. I'm glad I have a machine that actually works with it. You can see, this thing boots up pretty dang quickly. And here's our software that I want to install. We have not install, but this is one I would like to run last. We have CCleaner, CPU-Z, Firefox Setup, 52.9, hard drive tune 255, 8 hexadecimal editor, LibreOffice 3.6, Netscape Navigator, OpenOffice 2.2.0, and Winamp. So first thing I want to start off with is CPU-Z. Because, well, it's one of the things I know that you would kind of want to run on this. There we are. Yeah, let's read the text document. There we are. So one thing I would like to do is go ahead and open up the control panel, display, screensaver. What's the screensavers? Ooh, butterflies. Does any of it work? Ah. I'm sorry, but I just have to. Can we do a preview? A preview, please? That's hilarious. It was so funny, I forgot what I was even in there for. Okay. 1024 by 768. Yep. That's much better. Okay. System. This is what ReactOS says it is. I'll zoom in for those of you on older screens. And I can't twist the camera because, well, there we go. That's our machine we're running on. There is 8 gigabytes of RAM, but it's only recognizing 4. I am not surprised. Who really would be? Okay. So, date and time. Well, it's mostly correct. Just a couple of hours off. I think. Probably 124 now. Okay, is that it? Folder options. What's folder options? View. Show hidden files and folders. Hide extension now. ReactOS gets that right. Right out of the box. Not surprised. Maybe I need to get a sound card and then see what graphics card ReactOS supports. Because I can install Return to Castle Wolfenstein, but not run it. Okay, enough gab. Let's open CPZ and see what it says about my fantastic... It's even checking for updates, as you can see. So we do have an internet connection. So, this is our system here. This is our system here, smokers. We have a Core i7, 45 nanometer process. Yeah. I guarantee you we're pushing this sucker to its limit. Okay. So, yeah, we have... The first 2 slots don't work. Those do. That's just info about my RAM. We have graphics. It's a Radeon 3450. HD 3450, I mean. And the About page isn't really happy. Not surprised. Okay, let's move on. Let's try Netscape Navigator. And zoom out, of course. And then I say we try to install Firefox 52. I actually haven't tried Firefox version 52 on this, so that will be... No, I'm not going to. So, I need to tweak some things, actually. Let's make it full screen. And then I'm going to tweak some things, so when you first start up ReactOS, Netscape Navigator, you want to show blank... Scroll off. You want to show blank page and show scroll off, show splash screen when Navigator starts. And then make sure, always check to see if Navigator is the default browser on startup. You don't want that checked. And I think that should be everything. There is some more, but I don't really know much. This computer is so powerful it doesn't really matter about anything else. Okay, so now we should have a working web browser. Whoops, crap. Of course I would accidentally hit the camera. I'm trying to get over here to the keyboard. Frog. Find. This should work. It's not happy, obviously, but it works. Let's see. See if we can read up on ReactOS here. There we are. We can read up on the ReactOS project. It's not very fast, but it works. I mean, for what it is. Okay. You can go, it's on Wikipedia, you can read about it yourselves. Okay, so I'm going to restart the system now, because I don't want to risk the machine crashing on me mid-install. This is something you have to do. If you do something ReactOS doesn't like, you have to restart. I don't think I'm going to install LibreOffice, so I'm going to delete that when I get back in. We are just going to install OpenOffice. And as you can see, I tried moving my icons, but they didn't work. They didn't stay. So we're going to delete everything we have already installed. Besides LibreOffice, I don't want that. So we delete that. We delete this. Okay. So now we're going to install something you might want to install on a system like this. OpenOffice. Now granted, I wouldn't trust this for writing your school essay, obviously. I do have a printer from, that would work with Windows XP, or Windows 2000, not 2000, Windows Vista. But of course, this shouldn't take too long at all, because, well, it's an SSD. I would like to see, what I'm trying to say is, I would like to see if you could print from this. Use this for typing out stuff in OpenOffice and then printing it out. That's the goal I would like to do one day if I found a small, old printer. Okay. So OpenOffice just installed. We'll leave that there because we don't know if it works. Let's install Firefox. This should install. Didn't say it would run, but I'd say it installs. Close all other applications. There are no applications running. I do want to set it as my default browser. I don't want to launch it now. I'm going to go ahead and install everything. I'm even going to install CCleaner. Why? Because I want to. No. Don't want to run any of those. And we're going to run install hard drive tune now. And then we will see if all these work. Don't want to launch it. The hex editor. And Winamp. No internet connection available. Don't want to run Winamp. Okay, so now I'm on restart, and we are going to see what all works. So here we are on the desktop of ReactOS. Let's see, what do I want to run first? Delete that, so we don't need that. I guess we try OpenOffice first. Accessories, OpenOffice. Can I create link? I don't think that worked. I didn't want to do that. See what I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to create a link to it on the desktop. It's not working. Properties. Start menu items. So it's on an administrator folder. We'll find it later. Uh-oh. Okay. It's working. First name. The. Not the. Yeah, I have a piezo beeper. That's why I'm not concerned about not having any sound. So, here we are. Let me get over here so I can type on the keyboard. This is ReactOS. OpenOffice does that stupid thing. That's why I don't really care for OpenOffice that much. Well, let's see here. Save as. My documents. ReactOS. Make it official. There we go. So now we will close out of this because I'm done editing my document. We are going to go track down Start menu, programs, OpenOffice. I would like to see. So we have our OpenOffice writer right there. Let's see here. Let's try CCleaner. Look, Windows XP Service Pack 3 is what it says. Let's analyze. I'm not going to run the cleaner. Let's analyze. Oh, it actually found stuff. Look at that. It's actually running. Let's scan for issues in the registry editor. No issues were found. I wonder what it's... Oh, probably the... What's it called? The graphics card. It doesn't know what graphic card it is. That's cool. CCleaner runs. I'm not going to actually clean anything. What about Winamp? This should work easy. No. CCleaner, I am not letting you monitor my computer, you piece of garbage. I do use you, but I don't need you to do that. Hide warning messages. Don't do that. Enable system monitoring? No, yeah. No. Okay. So now, we have Winamp, but it's going to complain that there is no device. Okay. So Winamp works, OpenOffice works, CCleaner works, Netscape Navigator works. Next up the chain is Mozilla Firefox. Will 52.9 work? Did I even click it? I think I did. I need to restart. It's not going to work. It may not work with Firefox, which is unfortunate, but I'd like to install Blackjack. Okay. I think we're booted up here. Okay, so Firefox version 52 does not work. Let me try version 12. There is also a version that I think runs at version 48 that doesn't require SSE2, but I don't exactly know where that one is. I'm trying to install the flash drive. I hate these stupid cruiser dials because what happens when you go to stuff it in the machine, it's not retracting back now, but if you just touch it, then it retracts back in. It's a terrible design. SanDisk is awful. Change my mind. I've had more SanDisk SD cards to fail. What is this? Actually, I need to uninstall Firefox. Huh. I didn't know. It actually has its own thing you can install stuff here. I did not know that. How do I uninstall something? Guess I have to go track it down manually then. Okay, program files, Mozilla Firefox, uninstaller. I have an idea. Try it this way then. Nope, that's not working. I have literally no idea where it is. How do I uninstall Firefox? Uninstall. Oh, it was right there. It thinks Firefox is open. Restart the computer! Oh wait, maybe we don't have to. I'm gonna be lazy. Try to cheat. Go away. There we are. There's our problem. I think both of them went. Why is Winamp still running? Whatever. Oh, there's no buttons down here no more. I think this is getting broken. I'm not going to restart though. This may destroy my whole install. Because that's the thing you have to worry about with ReactOS. If you do one thing it does not like at all, good luck. Okay, so we uninstalled that. Let's go ahead and install version 12. I wonder if it's better than Netscape Navigator or not. Don't know. We'll run it now. Untrusted. I don't care. It's just like, what's it called? Netscape Navigator. Okay. This is interesting. There we are. Hey, it's actually happier now. There we are. We are running. This actually runs better. Firefox 12.4. So, let's try downloading a game. Understand the risks. Hey! Look at that. That's actually performing well. Okay, let's try some. Try some blackjack. This is running well, actually. Better than Netscape Navigator did. It's like it's made for this version of Firefox or something. I wonder what's the newest you can install. Why did it... Fine, I'll find it manually. Well, it's new enough to run a freaking ad, that's for sure. Okay. I forget whether it was under cards or casino. Quick blackjack? No, it wasn't there. Okay then. Screw off. You made me click the wrong one. Stupid error message. Okay, cards. It's under this one. BJ Soft Blackjack. There we are. Let's download it. It says it's for Windows XP. See if it does. Oh. Try again. Okay, well that's weird. Let's try Netscape Navigator, because I know that worked. this is why I didn't want to use Netscape Navigator. I'm bringing this mouse over here because I am getting tired of having to reach around the camera for it. I'm sure you might be too. I'm sure you're tired of watching this video, let's be honest. It's getting slower and slower. Yeah, the website's broken now. Let's go ahead and X out of that, restart ReactOS, and maybe it'll fix itself. I'll see you if I get to the download screen again. So apparently Major Geek says it either changed or the site just doesn't work no more with old version of Firefox and Netscape Navigator. So I have plan 2. What is plan 2, you ask? We are going to try to install Opera or Opera. Okay, hard drive is installed. As you can see, I tried both Netscape Navigator and Firefox. I tried using Firefox to get to the download link and then put the download link, in Netscape Navigator. It's obvious that did not work because it would have downloaded if it did, and it didn't. So, okay, so we're in my browsers folder. Okay, which one? I don't know what that one supports. Would it be 12.0? Let's try this one. Oh, it's working. This looks old. This could work. Hey, it worked. Okay, so this is Chromium based. So this is a very old version of Opera. Appears it doesn't want to work. I just can't really download and install anything. I tried Opera, that didn't work. Only thing that seems to work is Firefox. So I have a version 48 made for computers without SSE 2. And we'll see if this works. I bet it don't work. Ooh. 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 Okay, Mr. SA. I say. Look at that. No way. It's actually working. So what this is version, oh, it's 45, not 48. Okay, version 45 for computers without SSE 2. And apparently, it freaking works. Let's try to install some Blackjack. No! It works! We can play some Blackjack. Oh. In the way of the camera. Ooh, I like this game. Oh, I need to give myself some credits. Okay. Okay, so I have 17. I'll risk a hit, and I lost. Okay. No surprise there. Let's try another 50. Hit. 18, I'm going to stay. And bust. I win. Okay, cool. So, Blackjack works on ReactOS. Which is funny because the computer I bought at a scrapyard that was sitting outside, I cleaned it up, installed Windows XP Service Pack 2 on it, and made it look just like this. just like my ReactOS install now, and I was playing that on it. So, obviously, if it worked on that, it better work on this. And all you really need... I don't have sound. There's supposed to be sound playing. But all you really need it to browse the internet is this version of Firefox right here. Let's go ahead and create a link. Put it to the desktop. So now we have a modern browser that is actually something you can use on this computer. So we can actually go to... Whoops. You can see it's kind of a bit buggy, but it works. And there you go. You can go to google.com. I'm not comfortable pushing it to YouTube, but should we try? This is a powerful enough computer. Please update your browser. Not surprised. Remind me later. I'm not going to try to watch a video. I just want to see if it actually loads anything. So, apparently, hopefully once they get to beta, they support Firefox version 52.9. But maybe by then it'll be too late and they'll have to use Firefox version 88 or something. I don't know. And apparently, I think it kind of crashed. It's not happy. Stop script. And close out. Close out. Thank you. Okay. Well, is there anything I forgot to check? Hex editor and hard drive tune. Those should work. Yeah. Hard drive tune works. Oh, it doesn't see the SSD. Not surprised. Okay, there's no... And the hex editor, it should work. There's no reason it shouldn't. Let's do the license text. Okay. There you go. Hex editor works if you need hex editor things. Netscape Navigator works, but it doesn't actually download anything. Firefox 45 works for non-SSE2 systems. Which Blackjack works if you can download it and install it. CCleaner does work, but obviously probably shouldn't run it. Why is my recycle bin look full, but it isn't? I don't know. And you can run CPU-Z to see what, well, stats your system has. So, that's interesting. So, that was ReactOS. I'm going to try to see if I can find some programs and see, you know, what all installs on ReactOS, what doesn't in the future, now that I have a machine that's actually capable of running it.